Hi there, Lisa Casey here. We are on Google Meet, and this is how you can access the Q&A feature, question and answer, with your students. On the right side is my teacher view, and over here on the left is my student view. To create a Q&A, I'll come down to my Activities button and click the Q&A button. From here, I'll turn on Q&A, and when I do that, you can see this little notification pops up for both student and teacher. So right now I'm allowing questions, which means that students can ask questions actively, and I can turn that on and off as I need to. And so for Harry to ask a question, he'll come down to this Activities button, and that little blue dot notifies him that the Q&A is open and that he can ask questions. So he's going to click this button here to ask a question, and he will post it. So from here, the student view, he can see his question that he asked, and other students can also see this question, and they can click this button to upvote it. So they can indicate that they have the same question or that that's a great question, that they want it answered. They can upvote that question. And from the student view, they can also see all questions or just my questions. And they have the ability to sort these in any way that they want. So the popular questions are ones that have been upvoted many times, or they can sort it through by oldest or newest. They can also delete the question. Maybe they did it on accident, or I don't know, whatever the reason is, they also have that ability to delete. So that's a student view of Q&A. And on the teacher side, we have a lot of those same features, but we have a couple other options. This button here allows me to hide the question, and it indicates that the question is hidden both for student and teacher. Harry can still see this because he typed it. So he can still be asking questions. Some of them might be hidden, so he still has access to that, but none of the other students can see it. So I can turn that on and off as I need to. I can click this checkbox here, this little check mark, and you can see here this blue check appears, which indicates that I've answered it. I already answered that question. Good for me. Right, so we can keep track of what we're answering or what still needs to be answered, which is a pretty awesome feature. And we also have the ability to delete a question if we need to as well. We can sort by all questions, unanswered questions, answered questions, or those questions which we've hidden. So we have a few more options how to view these. And then we have those same options for how to sort them as well. So what order we want them to appear in. So if I ask another question as Harry, I can change my viewing so that the newest one is first, or I can sort this to show only unanswered questions. Right, I have a couple different ways to view this for whatever works best for me. So that's it. That's pretty basic. It's a pretty easy way to gather data from your students, to let them interact with what you're teaching them, and to have more engagement and more interaction with your students. And it's pretty cool too, because this feature, this Q&A, will be gathered into a Google Sheet and emailed to you. So that will look something like this. You'll get an email that looks something like this, and you can open up your questions document, and you can see here, oh, look, here are all the questions that were asked. Here's the student that asked the questions. We can see the time. We can see how many other students upvoted it. And then these different check marks too, to indicate if I've answered it or if I had to hide it, whatever it might be. So just a great way to gather information from your students, to figure out what questions they still have. And then you have this lovely document after the fact that you can revisit for whatever you need to. And that is how you can use the Q&A feature in Google Meet. Thanks for watching.